Yeah.
Ready?
Hello, welcome to MCFC9320Group. How is everybody this evening?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Why are you happy after yesterday?
Because I've got over it.
How? Give us advice how you get over it. An absolutely shocking performance like that.
Drink milk.
What, like Mr. T? I believe he drinks milk.
Does he? I don't know. I wouldn't know.
It's the milk.
So let's get straight into it, boys and girls. Well, first off, this man is in a very not a very good position at the moment. Is our Sergio? Apparently, he's had a cardiac test and stuff last night after the Barcelona match. We wish him all the best. Wow, yeah. Just shows you anything can happen to anybody, whether you're an athlete or a tub of lad. Isn't that right, Riz?
Well, I like to think I come under the first category. So yes, I'm sure John will have more info on the second category.
No, joking aside, you know, it just shows you anything can happen to anybody at any time. And obviously, we wish Sergio.
I mean, what's the latest news, John? Because the last I heard was that he came off with breathing difficulties and then got took to hospital as a precaution. So is anything more come from it?
Apparently, you might have to have a pacemaker fitted.
What?
It's basically, my daughter's got the same thing exactly, and she's had to have a pacemaker fitted. And all it does, it basically sorts your irregular heartbeat out.
Yeah, my dad had one of them.
That's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, all the best, Sergio. We wish you a speedy recovery. Right, boys and girls, let's get
coming back to us.
Let's get straight into it. Alex, absolutely shocking to say the least yesterday.
Not even bang average.
Not even bang average.
Yeah.
I think the only person who did themselves justice was Bernardo yesterday. Anybody get anything else to add to that one?
Stones when he came on.
What, for brilliant. 5 minutes?
Yeah, brilliant.
Stones, I think Kyle Walker did all right as well. He didn't have nothing offensive to do, but defensive-wise, I thought he played really well yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm inclined to disagree with you.
I agree with you, Anne-Marie. I just thought shocking.
What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong yesterday?
Who, Walker?
Yeah.
I just thought
I think he got put out of position quite a few times, and it in a way it led to the first goal.
All right. Well, I blame Laporte for that, but right.
I blame Laporte as well.
Let's go from back to front. I thought for the first goal, Edison should have had that. We sit behind that goal, and it just looked as if it's going bing, bing, bing. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Yeah, all right, Laporte, made the error in the first instance, but I thought Edison should have.
Roger was also at fault there.
What was he in there? The shot was tame, Alex. It was absolutely. I think if there'd have been a mole on the Etihad pitch yesterday, the mole would have come up and saved that.
Yeah. I think Edison looked leggy, heavy, slow. He weren't doing his usual long balls. He didn't do any passing. He just looked like he wasn't interested. Looked like he'd not bothered turning up yesterday, Edison. It's body language-wise, obviously, but he just looked all at sorts yesterday. A lot of them did. I don't know why. I don't know what we're going on.
John, for me, there was only Bernardo who came out of that game with credit.
During the game, yeah, but like I said, John Stones, when he came on, he played fantastic. Starting from worst to best, I would say that the worst player on the pitch is Kevin De Bruyne.
Brings me nicely to that.
Wow.
What a nice link.
What a nice link. What has happened to him?
I think he's just off the pace. Everything's a bit too slow with him.
Just off the pace. I'd say that's very mild. He wouldn't have even started yesterday in my team. Gundogan would have been straight in there ahead of Kevin De Bruyne at the minute. How we wouldn't have said that many months ago, would we?
No, but I think Pep's hoping that Kevin will play himself back into form.
Why is he not playing Sterling then?
Because he's probably beyond hope.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. You can only. I agree with the playing somebody back into form business, but Kevin De Bruyne is not doing the basics right. He's not even making simple passes.
No contribution.
No.
For me,
Nothing.
He looks like he's put a bit of weight on. He looks unfit. Every ball he passes at the moment is just getting cut out by everybody. I know what people say, well, he's trying to thread it through the eye of a needle, but normally he can do it. And it's just some of the passes have been atrocious.
Apologies if anyone can hear fireworks going off in the background. It's like Beirut round here at the minute with everything going off.
I thought you got some new sound effects buttons or something. You know what you like with your technology. Well, that's what it was. I
don't know what you mean, Riz. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, he won't be getting in my starting 11 at the minute. I think even Grealish lost the ball quite a lot yesterday. I thought
Grealish was poor yesterday.
Yeah.
Slowed the game down.
Too much with it by himself.
Yeah.
Reminds
us of Sterling.
Do you think we're slow and predictable, Alex, at the minute? Not us, I'm about City.
I think we really miss Ferran Torres. Sterling, he doesn't even disappoint me anymore. I'm just used to him playing poorly. Mahrez is not reliable at all. KDB is not reliable, and we just need someone who can score, and that would probably be Ferran Torres. And also, I think Cole Palmer is a really bright spot, especially against West Ham. He was the only bright spot, to be honest, in that game. So those are some of the players that we need.
Are we getting a bit? Are we getting a bit spoiled, Riz? Where we're expecting us to beat every team.
No, I think the people on this podcast, and we're not that. We're not spoiled fans. We're realists. But I will say we're not happy clappers either. So if a player plays well, we celebrate that. If a player plays poorly, we spot it and we acknowledge it. I don't think there's any point in blowing smoke up anybody's backside. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to, discuss what we've seen. We all see it from different perspectives. We all stand in different parts of the ground, so sometimes you've got a better view. We're just honest in what we're saying, and it's Kevin De Bruyne. People have been saying, he's not playing well by his high standards. Well, he's not playing well by anybody's standards at the moment. And, anybody that watches the game can see that. Now, it doesn't matter why he's not playing well. That's not us as fans to know that. We're discussing it because that's what we do on this podcast. But something's not right, and there's certain players that aren't performing. And in my eyes, we've got players on the bench that should be being brought in. We don't have to pick Kevin De Bruyne. We've got players, Gundogan and Mahrez play better when De Bruyne and Foden play better when De Bruyne's not on the pitch. So,
So what do we do then?
Got to drop him.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would stick
some rest.
Foden in it. I'd stick Foden in that position at the moment.
I know it's a bad, as they say, a bad day at the office yesterday for everyone, bar Bernardo, but because Foden was shocking yesterday. His control of the ball was shocking. I will say one thing though, just on the lead up to their second goal yesterday, I thought we should have had a penalty. There was a handball, clear handball, but the referee, who was absolute,
referee was atrocious yesterday.
We was poor yesterday, but if we was poor, God knows what the referee was. Andre Mariner, he was absolutely shocking from the first whistle to the last whistle. He should have booked their keeper in the first 10-15 minutes for time wasting. It was blatant. It was time wasting.
They booked him in the 85th minute. But he did no different in the 85th minute than he'd not done in the other 85 minutes. Every time he got the ball, he time wasted.
Yeah.
Edison got done for that the other week. Was it Brighton or something like that?
Yeah,
He got done in the first 5 minutes for it or something. It's just like that. Mariner yesterday, his performance, he was all at sea. I've got to say it. He was all at sea.
The thing is, until these referees are actually accountable for what they're doing and have to come out and explain, it won't change. It'll stay the same.
No,
I 1,000,000% agree with you, John. Why can't they come out and say, listen, I had an absolute shocker. I think we're still debating whether it was actually an offside from Foden for our equaliser. I thought it was onside myself.
Listen, if the new directive is you've got your thick lines, haven't you? The lines have gone thicker to stop these marginal errors. That seemed to change yesterday. I think he'd gone back to his fine marker as opposed to his chunky felt tip pen on it, I think.
Yeah, but whether it's a line or it was that close. They should be giving the advantage to the attacker.
Obviously.
And there was no way. I don't think he was offside yesterday. I didn't even bother watching Match of the Day and stuff like that because I just couldn't put myself through that. Again,
did Laporte deserve the red?
I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a red.
I sit there. It was a red every day. As soon as he brought him down, me and Mike and next up went red card. Red card. It was 100% a red card. Not got a problem with that. What I have got a problem is the referee performance yesterday. He gave absolutely everything to Palace. He was arrogant. Like I say, he didn't book the keeper till the 85th minute. It's pointless. You may as well have not even booked him in the 85th minute.
Did you see Edison get booked for breaking up the altercation as well? He got a booking for that.
Yeah, at the end of first half.
I don't mind a bit of, Riz, I don't mind a bit of passion like that.
No, but he got a yellow card for it. He got in between it and broke it up.
Yeah.
He wasn't an aggressor in it. He was a peacekeeper and he got penalised for calming the situation down. And that to me that's a referee that's lost the plot. That.
So
I couldn't believe that happened.
No.
Gab Jesus got a yellow card as well in that mayhem. Not one Palace player got booked in it.
No.
I think they felt like they had an ally in that game.
Well, he were 12 against 10, wasn't it?
Well, even at the end of the game, when Patrick Vieira had his interview, he said that he said everything went for us. He admitted it, but he said you need things to go for you against when you're playing teams like say.
It's a very good interview, very honest interview, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I say, I didn't see it because I've not watched any football today because I've spat my dummy out a little bit with football after yesterday. One thing what I have caught up in the media is Zaha saying that he was racially abused yesterday.
Part of the course, though, it's going to happen every. I looked into this on Twitter, and I looked at the abuse that I could find. There wasn't a lot on Twitter. It was more what people posted that they found on Instagram and stuff.
I think he was referencing to actually at the ground, Riz.
Right. Well.
Oh God.
Well.
No. It was just online. It wasn't at the ground. It was just online afterwards.
Oh, was it? I thought.
I've not seen. Well, I can't imagine. Well, I don't know. I can't imagine it.
I thought it was near where they show people on the big screen. In all honesty.
No, I don't know. All I heard was online stuff, and I kind of looked into it, and it's all the SZN fans. It's all the our continent, not you, Alexander, our continental fans. There was one guy I looked at. He'd got like 20,000 followers. This person that had called him. I won't repeat what he said. It's just the press make it worse for themselves because as soon as something happens to a black player, I mean, I'm not condoning violence, racism or anything. When something happens, the media jumps straight onto the headline, and it gives them press. It gives them, they'll Yeah, it gives them sort of like a think of like, oh yeah, you know, if you shout a racist, you get your thing on, you get your moniker on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. You get known because the faceless people. You know, if I did it, I'm Prestige Car Repairs. You know, you know exactly who I am and where you can go and find me.
Where can we find you, Paul?
It's Unit 1, Palm Business Centre, Stock Lane in Chadderton. 0161 624 4003.
Is that the Twitter handle? What never speaks about Prestige Car Repairs, but only City?
Exactly. I get more likes when I talk about City than when I do a talk about cars. So I don't bother talking about cars anymore. Just talk about City.
Just talk
It's
about
an
things what you
interesting
know
thing,
about.
just going back to the racism. Sorry for interrupting your advert. But City put on their Facebook page, they had the picture of the poppy on the centre circle.
Yeah.
Getting ready for, obviously, remembrance and that. And there was huge amounts of abuse put on that in comments, mostly from foreign fans.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, that to me is just as
Ridiculous.
bad. That's just as bad. You know, that doesn't get called out enough either, you know, and it's stuff like that, you know, just, I just block them, me. I just, anything like that now.
That doesn't get called out enough because it doesn't suit the agenda.
No, exactly. So, you know, to me, they just don't give them the fuel that they want. They crave attention. Not like my advert, obviously. These guys just crave attention.
No, they do, and
they're not interested. They're not interested in the slightest. They probably don't even, half of them don't even know what they're doing. Half of them don't even know what they're saying. They're lost in translation. They'll come up with something. They'll think it's really offensive. And all they're doing is just craving attention. They just want to be found and seen. And the best thing to do with them, I don't even interact with them now. I see it and I block them. And I tell other people to block them. And I think if we all start doing that, and if the press stops highlighting it, it eventually would go away. I'm convinced of that. Don't feed them the oxygen they want.
Miss the S, mate.
Have I? Ah, yeah. Sorry, because I'm trying. I'm trying to multitask, and as Anne-Marie probably know, we're no good at multitasking, us men, are we?
Andy.
Hello.
I don't do all your needs.
Unless you go to Bruges.
It's not what I've heard, John. So that's why I put something factual on. So yeah, yesterday, absolutely shambolic all round. But I will say one thing, there was a lot more, although the chips were down yesterday, there was a lot more atmosphere, I thought, at the Etihad than there has been for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, the atmosphere always rises when we're losing.
Yeah.
When we're winning, you know, everybody's quiet.
Because we're sat mesmerised by what we're watching most of the time.
Yeah.
But when things aren't going right, we you know, people get a bit angry. And because I thought the Crystal Palace fans were poor yesterday as well. You know, they were winning at the Champions City, and they scored early doors, and then this 2 minutes to shut up. They were poor fans as well.
Poor fans. Right. Let's get that one out of our system. So next up is these.
Now, is it Bruges or Brugge?
Could be Brugge.
Or Brugge.
That's in Dutch, I think. In Bruges is French.
Listen, the Stockport lad there.
Yeah.
Whatever Anne-Marie says, I'm going with that. What is it, Anne-Marie?
I would say Bruges.
That's what we're going to say then. That's what we're going to say.
So, yeah, we had a brilliant performance against them last time. I think we need a good result, you know, going to play the, you know, ahead of the Rags on Saturday, don't we, John?
Question is, would you play John Stones or Laporte in that game?
Which one? Bruges?
The Bruges one.
John Stones every day of the week. Match practice, he's not had much game time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is the right answer.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex from Stockport?
You know me. I'm not giving up on the Diaz Stones combo yet.
I agree. So Anne-Marie, who would you start? Well, not start. Who would your preferred partnership be? Stones, assuming that Diaz is going to be there. Who would you have at the side of him, Stones or Laporte?
Up until yesterday, I'd have probably said Laporte.
Why?
Because I think Laporte needs a good run of games alongside Diaz, the same way as Stones got it last year because Laporte was injured. And I think it would have been only fair to see how that partnership developed. But having said that, Laporte was to blame for the first goal. The sending off was stupid. And even the last home game against Burnley, you put a tackle in just before half time that he got booked for, that on another day he could easily have got a red for. And I think there's just that element that if he thinks he's going to get outpaced, he's just going to go in.
I thought he was going to get a red for that one, actually.
Yeah.
I was surprised when he got a yellow.
I just think that Stones and Diaz is the more solid. Why can't we go 3 at the back?
Well, it looked like we tried that in the start of the second half yesterday.
No. When I say 3 at the back, apologies. I'm on about Laporte, Stones, and Diaz.
Right. What, with 2 wing backs as well, or
Whatever.
So 5 at the back, really?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be 5 at the back, really, would it?
When we were defending, yeah.
Stop splitting.
When we were attacking,
John.
no.
Stop splitting hairs, John. Who can be found on the big screen at the Etihad.
It's a good view from up there, mate.
Yeah. So why not go for 3 at the back with those 3 and wing backs? I'm sure Zinchenko's good enough to do it. Sure. So we know Walker's good enough to do it, and so is Cancelo.
Yeah, that's it's a fair shout. I mean, it does. I think it depends who you're playing, doesn't it? I think it depends on the opposition, doesn't it? I think if we can keep discipline, then it possibly work. But
we haven't played 3 in the back so far this season.
Yes, we don't want to change it before the Rags game, do we?
I think we need a massive game against Bruges with a huge statement in midweek going into the derby, because with Ollie at the wheel, it looks like they've picked up a bit of momentum. Really, they're always hard to call derbies, but anything can happen, Riz, can't it?
Yeah, but we say about they've picked up some momentum. I mean, I've not seen their game yesterday, but from what I've heard, they kind of, apart from Liverpool this season, everyone thinks Tottenham's still a big team, and the crap. They're absolutely bobbins. The bobbins. Let's have it right. The bobbins, aren't they? Their main man, Harry Kane, the £150 million man that didn't want to come to City, or Marta wanted to come, but he weren't allowed, has absolutely gone backwards. He's not even fit to play for Oldham. I don't think Oldham Athletic could have him. I think people are thinking because they beat Tottenham 3-0 or whatever it was, that all of a sudden they're back on track.
We couldn't beat them. We couldn't beat them away.
Yeah, but we were crap, weren't we? Let's have it right.
Tottenham are already talking about firing their new manager.
Yeah.
No surprise there at all. And he'll go to Newcastle.
That's how bad they are.
So United have hit Tottenham at the best time because they're the worst they've been all season yesterday. And, the United played midweek and, they were bobbins again, got away with it. They got hammered last week by Liverpool. And Liverpool's the only team they've come up against that is any good this season. And they got spanked.
I will say one thing, that the Rags have not even got the 3 best Portuguese players in the world either. We've got them.
Yeah, that's what we like, facts. they're relying on Ronaldo. They're relying on we play as a team. They're playing as a group of individuals that every now and then concoct something that creates a goal. And if it weren't for Ronaldo, he could score anywhere, couldn't he? Apart from in America.
Apparently, he's got quite a few kids knocking around Europe, so I'd say you're quite right there.
See, there you go. There's proof we're dealing in facts again.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is what we need to do is not actually go gung-ho at United. We need to hold back and play them on the counter for a change.
Yeah.
Because they know how we play, and that's how we get. They always even if it's away or at home, they hold back and hit us on the counter. We need to swap it round and we need to work the other way.
I think we did that against Liverpool, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think they were expecting us to come out all guns blazing, and we didn't, and it kind of threw them a bit. And they'd set themselves up to getting us on the counter, and it could virtually be a standoff, couldn't it? You could end up with both teams sitting back and not a lot happening in the middle. But I just think we've got to get a result on Saturday.
Yeah.
As fans, we need that result.
Yeah, and Marie, even in the Champions League, we're in a bit of a precarious position, because of the PSG defeat. So if you could, in the next two matches, if you could win one, lose one, which would you do? Which would be the one to win?
Ooh.
Threw that at you, didn't I?
The derby.
No, I know the answer straight away.
It's got to be the derby.
Alex from Stockport.
You know us in Stockport, it's the derby.
Riz.
What, we're throwing one?
Which one? If you had to, the one to win of the next two games.
Oh, no, not even worth asking. It's the derby, isn't it? To me, if you said you're in Champions League final or the derby, and you got to spank United, I'd spank United.
Would you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any day. Would you beat them as well, Riz?
Yeah, beat them as well, but give them a spanking.
No, I'm with you because you know my thoughts. I'm not really that bothered about the Champions League.
No.
So for me, it's the Premier League every day of the week and shutting them rags up. Who actually came out from behind the rock yesterday?
Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
So hopefully next weekend we'll be putting them right back under the rock. Anything else from you guys before we say toodle pip?
The only good thing about United winning yesterday is it means that Ole does keep his job till.
Who's Ole? Is it?
Ole! He's that new Spanish waiter.
At least he keeps his job till we play them.
Oh, he's got to. I think he's a tactical genius, mate. And if the Glazers are listening, because I know they do tune in sometimes.
They do, especially the dad.
Yeah, the old ginger beardy looking one.
Do you mean the poor man who's dead?
Malcolm, yeah, Malcolm.
He tunes in.
No, Malcolm tunes into it every now and again.
Yeah, by way of Clinton Baptiste. He tunes in, and he absolutely loves Ollie. Ollie's not going anywhere. As long as Clinton is channeling him, he's going nowhere. And you heard it first on this podcast.
Oh my Lord! Right.
Shall we touch briefly on?
The only thing I want to add is I want to say congratulations to the two guys who did the bike ride. They finished it and everything went.
Why are you not saying congratulations to the third one?
The jockey.
Why? Because he wasn't raising money. The other two were.
But he still did it. He still did it.
The third one was rubbing Germaline in. So I'd like to thank him.
The third one is a professional cyclist.
Is he?
Was it?
So it's easy for him, yeah.
Wow, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was he the pacemaker?
Yeah, he's the one who...
Was that Jerry? Was Jerry with him?
No. Where's that from?
Do you know how much he raised? I tried to meet up with him after the game. At half-time, not at half-time, when he arrived at the ground at 1:30. But I got overcome by Jaeger bombs.
Good lad.
I did end up, yeah. There
Come
she
on
is.
for the road, Riz.
There she is.
There it is.
Yeah. So I do apologise. Do apologise to him for that, but I did.
No, but John's right. You know, great effort by Ben, Kev, and his jockey friend. Awesome.
Great effort. And let's not forget, don't forget to feel your balls, lads and lasses.
No,
You don't know this. You don't
I'm
know.
just having a look now at how much they raised.
You could offend somebody.
I thought you were going to say something else, John. Then
£4,500.
What?
Wow, that's good.
Great effort. Absolutely great effort.
Spot on that. Spot on that.
Yeah. Right, guys and girls. Anybody got anything before we skedaddle?
Are we disappointed about the Carabao Cup exit?
Nah.
Nah.
5 years and a day. I think we've had a decent run in that.
We were awful.
Good luck, West Ham. I thought West Ham did, really well in that.
I did.
I wish them well for the
Good luck to him, and it saved us a lot of money, to be honest,
on Jaeger.
on trips, Jaeger trips.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, gentlemen and lady. We'll wrap it up there, and we'll do it all again next week, hopefully, with 3 points in the Champions League and 3 points against those rags up the road.
We're gonna spank him.
So.
Have a good week, all.
Take care, everyone. Be safe.
Guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.